Introducing the Listener Support Program, fueling the future and quality of House of Barf. Dear loyal listeners, at the House of Barf, we strive to bring you the most engaging, informative, and entertaining content every day into the world of business, accounting, regulation, and finance. We strive to provide you with expert knowledge, practical tips, and thought-provoking discussions to help you excel in your financial endeavors. We are dedicated to fostering meaningful conversations, sharing valuable insights, and creating a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about business, accounting, regulation, and finance. Producing high-quality content requires dedication, resources, and effort from a talented team of one, me, but in the future, hopefully I'll have a team. That's why we are excited to introduce our Listener Support Program. This initiative allows you, our cherished audience members, to play a pivotal role in shaping the future and the content and assuring House of Barf's sustainability. In the future, becoming a supporter, you will be able to enjoy a range of exclusive benefits. Benefits that I'm hoping to be able to bring eventually: early access to episodes, access to episodes that are not, public, that are not accessible to everyone, possibly even create better content. And then all those mistakes I make, maybe I'll put them in a separate episode. You'll be able to get some behind the scenes stuff, and other exclusive things such as merchandise. Possibly I have, a children's book coming out, may be able to offer that. Your support goes directly towards enhancing the quality of our content, expanding our reach, our research, and investing in new resources and technology to bring you even better experiences. Your contribution will help us continue to deliver thought-provoking discussions, captivating stories, and insightful I didn't mean to say that. Maybe in the future, may possibly interview someone that will keep you engaged and inspired. Join us in shaping the future of House of Barf by becoming a supporter today. Your generosity empowers us to keep our conversations alive and ensures that we can contribute to provide valuable content to audiences around the United States and hopefully in the future of the world. To support us, simply visit podcasters.spotify.com. Then you can get to House of Barf. Also, it is on Spotify. And support this podcast and become a supporter, and choose a membership tier that aligns with your preferences. Every contribution, no matter how small or how big, makes a meaningful impact and is deeply appreciated. Thank you for being an essential part of our journey. With your support, we can reach new heights and create content that truly resonates with you, our incredible listeners. God bless. Happy listening. I'm Chan Man. This is House of Barf. Again, if you would like, you can visit podcasters.spotify.com/pod/show/Chan-man7. And you can go to support this podcast and become a supporter today. Thank you. You can also reach me at c287gph@gmail.com. Thank you again. You have a wonderful day. God bless. Yo! What's good? It's Chairman House of Barf. How's everybody feeling? I hope great. It's Saturday. Markets are closed. Been getting I feel bad. I've been getting a lot of learning in, a lot of research in. Not a whole lot, but a good amount. But I'm going through situations where my utilities and amenities and everything are starting to cut off. And I'm trying to figure out ways to, get funds so I can get this stuff cut back on. I feel like I'm about to have Silicon Valley going on over here because I'm trying to get trading over here We got some pretty good stuff coming up. I was taking a look at Ford. There, don't quote me. I don't have on my laptop and everything up so I can go over it. Was trying to do a covered call position based off the news that came out like 3:30 yesterday. So I hop up, boom. Okay, news comes out, boom. Buddy of mine calls, hey, Chan, did you see the news about Ford? Boom, take a look. Okay, Ford has a union or somebody who's going to allow employees to strike, I guess, whenever they want to. Okay, boom. Try to get the cover call position. Try to do my research. Okay, so is it GM, is it Ford, or is it going to be the new name for Chrysler? I can't remember their name. Stylus or something. I say, screw it. Ford's at like $11. I can do the most with that. All right, boom. Pull a little bit of positions out of JetBlue. I've been taking losses on it. It's about time that we just go ahead and start assuming some of these losses and need to start moving forward so that we can go ahead and start breaking even and get some of these gains. Can't have revenge sex or revenge porn or revenge whatever it is. If you're not familiar with any of those terms, essentially revenge sex is when somebody's done something wrong to you, so you go sleep with somebody to get them back. Maybe they cheated on you. And revenge porn is when you have maybe some sex tapes that you've made with your partner when y'all were cool or whatever, and they leave you and you decide that you're going to go ahead and put it all over social media. I was recently told about a situation about one of my boys' homegirls that we went to high school with. I knew her by face. I didn't really hang out with her. That supposedly her and her, I guess, I don't know what to call him, baby father or the child of the father of the child, whatever, got into a heated argument. He ended up taking the child, leaving. I think she went chasing after him. Didn't hear from her for, I guess, didn't hear from her for days. That's when everybody got concerned, and they actually put out a post. Hey, if anybody knows about this young lady, I'm not gonna put all her name and stuff out there because I don't even know if they found her, her and her child. But supposedly, people were noticing her Facebook had gotten kind of really provocative with images of her and her lingerie and whatnot. So essentially, that was revenge porn. So to an extent, I can't remember what I was talking about, but it also can get to like revenge trading. Is essentially what I was thinking I was trying to get to. I was talking about with one of my boys as well, which is just go ahead, take some of those losses, moving forward, so that we can get back to what we need to get to. I'm not sure if that's what I was going to touch on. I lose train of my thoughts sometimes. But just go ahead, get rid of some of the JetBlue, got into Ford. As I'm doing my research and trying to get these trades in, time is ticking. Literally tried to execute the covered call position at 3:59, got the long position, didn't get the short call position. So with all this news stirring over the weekend, got to figure out how I'm going to hedge this position, whether it's get a short position that's way out of the money just to collect the premiums, because I think that's essentially what I'm going to try to do, or try to get something that's closer to in the money, again, still collecting the premiums. So just figuring all that out. But again, with Ford, don't quote me. It's something here. Let me see if I can look it up real quick. Ford Union. See if I can. Let me see if I can find anything on it. United Auto Workers Union authorizes strikes at GM, Ford, and Stellantis. Okay, that's the Chrysler company, Stellantis. So, don't know exactly what all this means. Just trading on the news. Also, we had Jerome H. Powell speak. I'm not sure exactly what he said, but I believe he went to the point of saying that we're still going to be aggressive on inflation and whatnot. The thing that it's like when the news comes out, you got to determine, okay, how are people going to accept this news? Jerome Powell saying that we're still going to be aggressive on inflation means essentially we're still going to be rising prices, which are going to rise sales taxes and everything. Also, it's very possible they may keep increasing interest rates. So then that's going to be able to take money out of the market. Here in the state of Maryland, we already realized an increase in property taxes. That's another way to get all that free COVID money out of the circulation. So we got a bunch of stuff going on there. I'm not even sure. I'm not sure. President of Europe or the European Union or something came out and spoke. I think in like Wisconsin yesterday or something. Let me see. Let me see. The European speaker. Let me see. I have to look it up. But I think they spoke yesterday. I'm not exactly sure what they stated. Let me see. European president. Was it the president? I think they're over here in America too. Let me see. Speaks on money. Let me see. Let me see. I believe it was just yesterday. Let me see. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to look for it. Let me see. The central bank president, the European central bank president, European central bank president. I think they spoke yesterday. I think they spoke yesterday around like 3 p.m. So European central bank head says, oh goodness, advertisements, says fight is not won as economy enters new age. So, okay. So, let's see. They talk about Jerome Powell in this article a little bit. This is an article written by Courtney Brown at Axos Macro. Let me see. Why it matters. Here, I'm just going to read a little bit of this. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde said on Friday, the world's fight against inflation is not yet won. Clearly. Becoming the latest economic policymaker to resist declaring victory despite signs of easing price pressures. Have I seen some easing price pressures? I think I did a little bit in June, possibly a little bit in July, but I've noticed them ticking back up. Why it matters. Lagarde spoke at a conference in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, where Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell earlier said that interest rates in the U.S. may need to go higher to tame inflation. Okay, so we got Jerome Powell still being, whatever, powerful, conservative, whatever, on interest rates and inflation. Then we got the European Union coming saying, hey, we're in support of this as well. So we just had to figure out, where do we go from here? Listening to the news, what can happen? You can listen to the news and essentially make yourself say, oh, shit, come on. Prices rising, interest rates rising, we're all losing. Well, no, not to an extent. If there's a way, somehow, can kind of get off the credit, right, get that down, start saving up the dollars, just they're diluted. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much longer they're going to be diluted, but saving up all those dollars, getting prepared for when the pullback happens. Now, when the pullback happens, the dollars are going to be worth, like, let's say, for example, right now it's 75 cents on the dollar. When they start pulling money out of circulation through property taxes, inflation, blah, 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 then it's going to be 90 cents on the dollar, essentially meaning that your dollar is going to go further. So a gallon of milk right now costs, $3.49, but with taxes and everything, you realize you're pulling out a whole $5 bill. Well, then when, it's $3.49, you're going to realize that you're actually just pulling out $4. So right there, the dollar is getting powerful. Now, in the meanwhile, until we can figure out what's going on with inflation and interest rates, we're going to have to put either the cash in assets that are going to build us some wealth, whether it's precious metals, stocks or whatever, cryptocurrency, Forex, a hobby, whatever it is. It's trying to not build that cash up, you know what I'm saying? Or the other end, you just keep building that savings up, leave it in cash with the anticipation that you're going to start spending when the dollar becomes more powerful to take care of, whatever goods, services, or whatever you got to do. So there's a whole bunch going on that we're going to get ready to go into an election year. We're right here in August, getting ready to go into September 2023. Not trying to rush it, but it's here. The next year is going to be straight campaigns of what's on the table this year. Well, we got abortions going on in Ohio. We got LGBTQIA plus rights going on across the nation. And I know DC's. We got interest rates, inflation. We got the stock market. We got war going on in Ukraine, Russia. We got China war with tariffs, fight over Taiwan, national security issues with semiconductors, AI, and all this stuff being owned by China and given to us. We got supply chain issues with people not dealing with Russia and Russia going around trying to deal with different countries like Africa or whatever. I don't know who. So we got so much on the table coming up. I know there's so much that I'm missing. We still got healthcare issues, I'm pretty sure, that need to be addressed. Is COVID away? Is it not away? Sometimes I wear a mask, sometimes I don't wear a mask. And every time I wear a mask, I can hear people, "You libtard." I'm like, damn, what the fuck? I thought we said we're getting rid of that word, but people keep wanting to use it. Oh, you could tell he's a Joe Biden supporter. I'm like, damn, yo, how's a medical health concern become a political issue? But hey, you know what? To each his own. But so we got a lot that's on the table. We also got age on the table. I'm not trying to be rude. We got retirement age. We got over in France, we're dealing with, how old is too old to make these people retire? Now, people like me, I plan on working probably till I die. If my body and my health and everything, makes it, possible. If I could just create, podcasts and whatnot, I could sit in my house and do this shit. You ever see Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger talk? They up there, they chilling. They like, yeah, yeah. I don't determine companies based off of, what other investors really want me to talk about. I look at evaluations of these wonderful companies, and what they're talking about is fantastic, but it's kind of like they're up there chilling still. Warren Buffett supposedly pulled about $6 billion out of the market. You know what I'm saying? It's going to send things into a frenzy. But trust me, Warren Buffett probably has some other plans. He knows sometimes he goes after companies that he says, oh, Paramount is trading at what, $15, $16 approximately? I haven't looked at it since yesterday. I can't remember. And he says, you know what? I tried to make that investment. It didn't really work out. You know what? It's time for me to go cut my losses, cut bait, whatever, and let's just keep moving. You know what I'm saying? So trust me, he has some other investments. That's one reason why he loves doing this, because he said there's no finish line in this game. You would just keep pumping and keep pumping. Keep going. That's one reason why I kind of love the game too, because I'm always learning something new. So that's one thing that I was also kind of working on was option strategies, just simulated trades. Talking to a buddy of mine, I'm like, look, man, I'm sitting here reading these straddles and reading these strangles and everything, and I'm just not getting it. I'm not sure why. I'm just like, he said, do it. Just pull it up and do it. So I pull up my, simulated trade platform, and I put in there a straddle. Now I'm getting it. It's like, oh, this is all it is. One term that he came up with where he was like, yo, just remember, same. Okay, same strike, same expiration. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you buy a call, you buy a put. Now, the thing that goes on with this is more expensive. One of them is more expensive than the other. Probably the strangle. You know what I'm saying? But the straddle, you're not expecting a whole lot of volatility. You know what I'm saying? And with the strangle, you're expecting more volatility. With the strangle, it's same difference. You have the same expiration, different strike prices. Now, what that is, when it's same, people straddle right along. When people have a difference, they strangle each other. So I'm just kidding, but I'm just trying to figure all this shit out. I've been working on it, executing some simulated trades, trying to work on how to choke the losses. The losses have got out of control. 20%, 18% here and there. Now, with adding these hedged positions and definitely also getting those order types in, it's time to go ahead and start being able to get these losses to be, 3-5% and gains 3-5% and do that consistently day after day in and day out. And then eventually we're going to get to a point where, earning 1-3% consistently. And this is not advice. Please, disclaimer, disclosure. I'm not a financial advisor. This is strictly for educational purposes, blah, 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 blah. All right. I don't know if that's legally, but regardless, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Please reach out to your certified public accountant, your tax advisor, your financial advisor. The words and thoughts and whatever is on this podcast is strictly thoughts and whatever for educational and content purposes or whatnot. Okay. So, I was working on those pretty much all week. Again, I ran into some issues. Utilities and stuff are getting cut off. I'm in a shithole. But I'm trying to, climb out. So that's why, it's been kind of tough to, try to get this content created, but we're going to get past this and we're going to get everything figured out for real. Don't hesitate at all. So, we got the news on Ford, was going to also try to do a covered call position on that just to see the volatility that Ford may have on Monday. You know what I'm saying? To see, they're going to let, employees strike. Now, when the news came out, nothing really happened with it. The news could have already kind of been factored in to the play already. Nothing really happened on Friday when the news came out. But we'll see what happens. People may think that's going to send the company down, but what if it's already evaluated in? What if it's already calculated in? Then, right now, Ford is at a bottom. You know what I'm saying? The lowest I saw in the 20 years was probably, I don't know, I can't remember, maybe like 2008, 2009 or something. It was like, it dropped down to like $6.45 or something. So I had to take a look at that and I said, okay, there's a possibility that Ford can drop lower, but it looks like it's at resistance right now at approximately, again, I haven't checked it since yesterday, at approximately like $11 and some change. I think it was $11.90, 93 cents at the end of business yesterday, in the market yesterday, which is approximately 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So there's a whole lot going on with that. We also got to keep an eye on cryptocurrency. Been working on charting my technical analysis for cryptocurrencies, and actually not just sitting there saying, well, Bitcoin's around 25,000 and Ethereum's around 18,000 or 1,800 and Ripple's around, 50 cents. Well, how can I figure this out? You know what I'm saying? Is it a good time to buy or not? No, it's like, pull up the chart. And now I was working on technical analysis on cryptocurrency. So I'm trying to work on that. I actually sat down and looked at Forex for a little while, learned a little bit about pips and whatnot, a little bit more about trend analysis and whatnot. Forex appears to use a lot of trend analysis. So working on that as well. Also the multiplier. Oh, see, this is what could have got me killed. Is that, see, in stocks and options, I'm kind of looking for that 1%. You know what I'm saying? Wells, when you deal with things like cryptocurrency, you have like this multiplier. It's like the point times like 10,000 or something. So you're not really looking for 1%. You're looking for like 0.01%, 0.03%. And that's good enough. So that helped out when I started looking at futures. So like with Forex, the main one is multiplied by like, don't quote me on this real quick. It's multiplied by like 10,000. Then the mini is multiplied by like, I don't know, like 100 or something. And then the micro is like multiplied by like, I don't know, like 1 or something. Don't quote me on that. And then the futures is kind of the same way. The main one is multiplied by like, I guess it depends, but let's take the S&P 500 is multiplied by, I don't know, like 1,000 or something. And then the minis, see, we got to go over all these. These are different, like, see, I don't know. I'm not an expert on this. I was just looking over it. Okay. Seriously. I was just looking over it. So these are futures. If you get the mini, I think it's multiplied by like 500, except if it's like natural gas or something, then it's times by like I don't know, like 750 or something. And natural gas, the main one, could be multiplied by like 75. These are multipliers. So like how many points it changed in the day, you multiply it by like 7,500 or by 500 or something. These are what the futures and Forex. Don't quote me on this. I just started doing research literally yesterday after market. Probably did about 2 or 3 hours of research. And I'm starting to kind of understand it and feel it a little bit. So working on that as well. So we got the option strategies that I'm working on, the Forex, the futures. Also working on trying to get more funds and figure out how am I going to maintain this, right? Because I don't have a lot of eligibility with my broker dealer. You know, I'm like, come on, baby, y'all know me. We've been together for years. We're going on years of relationship, and y'all going to start treating me like this? You know how many times I was eligible for futures, Forex, all types of puts and call option strategies and never used it. And now I'm in a situation where I need to use it, and y'all going to treat me like this? Come on, baby. It's me, baby. It's Chan Man. You know, but they're like, nah, Chan, we can't trust you right now, baby. Yo, you broke right now. You poor right now. I'm like, come on, man. Don't do this to me right now. I need this. Come on, man. I got these cheeseburgers, man. Come on. But they like, nah, you need to get a job or something. I'm like, damn. So my eligibility is lost. So I got to figure out a way to get some funds to pay some bills, get them into my account somehow. I got to figure that out just so that I can start getting the eligibility to start doing some trades. You know what I'm saying? So got to figure all this out. But it's all good. It's all good. On another note, there's another thing I want to touch on, which was looking at this subsidy for farmers who feel that they may have been discriminated against. So let me go ahead and go over this as well. Let me see. Can I? Okay. So this is on the USDA .gov. Financial assistance application process opens for USDA farm loan borrowers who have faced discrimination. So, if you're a farmer and you feel like you face some type of discrimination, this may be beneficial for you. Washington, July 7th, 2023. Today, the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, announced the opening of the financial assistance application process for eligible farmers, ranchers, and forest landowners who experienced discrimination in the USDA farm lending programs prior to January 2021, Section 22007. It says Section 22007 of the Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, directs USDA to provide the assistance. Since the law's passage, USDA has worked diligently to design the program in accordance with significant stakeholder input. The opening of the application process is an important step in delivering on our commitment of providing financial assistance to those who faced discrimination in the USDA farm lending as swiftly and efficiently as possible, said Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack. USDA will continue to work with our national vendor partners and community-based organizations to make sure eligible farmers, ranchers, and forest landowners have clear information about what is available to them, how to apply, and where to obtain assistance with their questions at each step of the way. The program website, 22007apply.gov, is now open. The website includes an English and Spanish language application that applicants can download or submit via an e-file portal. Information on how to obtain technical assistance in person or virtually, in addition, resources and details about the program. So it goes on and on, talking about the program. So, not trying to get into it, because I don't want to come off like, I can kind of see how people now, where they really want to watch what they say because they don't want to, but I'm just going to keep trying to create my content. And I guess, in the sense of people look at me as like, he's a terrible person, don't support his book, don't support his podcast. He hates everybody. It's not true. I really love everybody. Really, I do. But with the farmers and the discrimination for years and years and years. Don't quote me. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and touch on it just a little bit. These are not facts. These are things off the top of my head. So, one thing that has really changed the dynamic and wealth between the races, I know, here we go. Caucasians do everything wrong and screw everybody else. No, that's not true, okay? We got to get past it. But over the years, one thing that's really set the difference between the races, the complexions or whatever you want to call it, is the wealth over the ownership of land and real estate. A lot of individuals, in different communities, I'm going to say like Black, Latinos, whatever, tend to rent more than they do own. Then when you do own, things happen. If you go to South Carolina, I believe it was the Gullah Islands. So finally, Black people are owning, and then what happens? Through the banks, and these are, I'm not saying all Caucasians, but, because it's not all Caucasians. It's some Blacks and Asians and everybody too. Once they get hit to the game, they go to their banks, they go to whoever they got to go to and say, we need to rise interest rates, or we need to rise, what do we need to rise? Property taxes, so that we can get the opportunities to go into these places, build our golf courses, build our homes, and then we can take over the area and we'll be the ones to maintain it. Don't let, these people take over this area. We want this area, so through multiple different things, locking up, the Black man, putting him in jail, killing him, having him kill himself through the hypertension and stress, through different things, they've been able to separate, like the Black and Latino families, or possibly even Asian families or whatever. Now, when these families separate, what do you have? You have emotional tension. In these emotional times, people can swoop in and do things like, all they need to get is 51%. If they can get 51%, then they can buy out the rest of the families. So they start picking at people. Hey, listen, you want to come down to the bank with me? And I don't know all these details and how it goes down. I got to do more research. But we'll buy your portion of the farm. They say, how much? They say, we'll give you $10,000. They say, sure, I need that 10 grand. Go ahead, take my portion. Then they go to the next sibling or the next auntie or uncle, do the same thing with them. They say, no, now they're owning 51% of the farm. Now they can force the other people out, just buy them out. So now they own all this real estate or all this land. Been doing this shit for years and years and years. So when you have, when you look at how much land did Black people own, or Latinos own, or Asians own, or whatnot, or have you, did they own back in, I don't know, let's say early 1900s or something, early, whatever, they may say, yeah, Blacks owned 100, I don't know, let's just say something crazy, like 100 million acres of land. This is early 1900s, owned 100 million acres of land. I don't even know if that's possible or not. But look at early 2000s to mid 2000s. Oh, yeah, early 2000s. We're still in the early 2000s. We're not at the midpoint yet. But how much real estate, how much land do Black people own now? It'd probably be something like 3 million. You know what I'm saying? If that. It'd probably be something just ridiculous. Probably something like 1 million. And it's like, wow, how did that happen? Well, you have people who come in and they decide, hey, we're going to buy up your land. We're going to take this land. And at the time, you need the money. And you're not thinking about the whole macro issue. You're just thinking right now, micro. I need this money. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get out of this town. I've been in this town my whole life. I was born here. I was bred here. And if I don't leave, I'm going to be buried here. So, you say, I'm going to try to start a new life. I'm tired of my family. I hate them. Or I hate my spouse. And whatever. Not thinking about the whole, what is going on? Could this be an issue bigger than me? It is an issue bigger than you. But of course, nobody's paying attention. So, with the different things that we've possibly been discriminated against, with the help of, whatever, the government, with the help of the, monetary policy, with the help of whatever it is, if there's any way that possibly you've been discriminated against, this is now the opportunity to say, you know what? We did get screwed. And at the time, we didn't know this shit. You know what I'm saying? We just thought we were. But then they find out that there's individuals, if you meet the individual who bought the property, you'll go to them and ask them, so how many times do you do this? Like, how many families have you done this to? They probably say, man, it's 90% of my business. It's majority of my business. I do this a lot, And then you're like, oh my gosh. And then you find out that it's more families who've done it and more families who've done it. And that we were all kind of like, when I'm looking at the news right now and I hear there's $1 trillion in debt to credit card companies. And I'm like, shit, I just thought it was just me. But no, this is what's going on. People are trying to live their lives and they're putting it on credit, me included. Got my credit cards have been shooting up lately, with me being out of work and everything and, losing, family and everything. I've been swiping credit cards, pay bills, go out, hang out with friends, being ridiculous, being, irresponsible, whatever it is. So you may just want to go ahead and take a look at the link. I should just put the link in the description box and just take a look. And there's nothing wrong with just putting your your name in the hat. Just see if hey, I got some farmland. It's very possible that I didn't get the opportunities or the subsidies that, other individuals have gotten through their connections or whatever. And just let somebody look into it. So there's a lot of opportunities out there. I'm going to be looking at some opportunities for myself. As far as I need some little government assistance right now just for food and utilities and whatever I can get on my mortgage. If there's anything I can get, I'm going to be looking at some government assistance. So, before I go, I want to thank anybody and everybody who decided to stop by Kick with your man Chairman. I still got just a little bit of vodka left. If anybody wants to take one with me. I know this isn't good at all, and I'm going to lose possibly so many supporters due to whatever nonsense I got going on. He's a loser, but I'm gonna go ahead and take one with y'all real quick. This is Kirkland's American Vodka, distilled 6 times, gluten free. All right, get us some domestic vodka. That has to be a sin somewhere. I thought vodka was something that was supposed to just not be American. I thought whiskey or bourbon was American, but I guess now Americans are like, we're going to hop in the vodka game. So, let me go ahead, put a little vodka and put a little mango juice in it. Let me give a shout out to the mango company. This is Langer's Organic Mango Nectar, made with Alfonso mangoes. Okay, Alfonso. All right, yo. This man making mangoes. I feel you, bro. All right, so I'm going to take a little sip with y'all. Thank y'all so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by, kick it with your man, Chairman. I appreciate it. God bless y'all. God bless us all. We're going to do great. We're going to manifest this. I know sometimes it can seem like we're at the bottom of our rope and it's our forearms are getting tired. But just know when we get to that point, sometimes it's God just saying, here, I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm going to let you do your thing. You know what I'm saying? But just know I'm always here. And when you get to that bottom of the rope, just rely on me. Just rely on me. So when we get to that bottom of that rope, we finally say, God, take me. All right, I'm letting go, God, And sometimes it's just to get us to rely on God, you know what I'm saying? Stay focused. Sometimes when we feel that, that what they say, that burning on your butt, that burning on your tail, we say, oh God, why are you doing this to me? Why are you burning me? And it's just like, no, I'm not. I'm molding you. I'm molding you right now into the best version of yourself. So I'm working on it, and trust me, I can speak this stuff, and then the next minute I can go do something that's not in the best interest of myself, and be like, Chan, I thought we just had a great conversation, man, and then you just go off. Trust me, I'm not perfect. I make so many mistakes, but I'm growing. I'm getting better. I'm getting to a good zone. I'm learning the value of relationships, and I'm also learning the value of just being by myself. It really depends on who you are, and that's what I'm figuring out. So again, we got the inflation, the interest rates going on. How do we make our decisions with that? The dollar is possibly getting a little bit stronger. How do we make our decisions on that? We got the news for the black farmers, so we could take a look at that. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and take this sip. Thank you so much to anybody and everybody who decided to stop by and kick it with your man. I appreciate it. Let's take this sip. Thank you. I'm Chairman. This is House of Barf. Blah! I am thrilled to introduce you to an exciting new storybook journey that I believe will capture your imagination. Allow me to present Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure, a compelling short story that promises to transport you to a world of interest, excitement, and learning. The title of the book is Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure by Chandler Hayes. In a world of colorful imagination and captivating stories, a new children's book has emerged to empower our young minds with crucial life lessons, life skills, and financial literacy. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a cheering short story written by a talented Black author who understands the importance of equipping our youth in the early stages of life with the tools they need to navigate the realm of money, savings, and smart choices. Meet Langston Manxon and his imaginary best friend, Zonky, a pink elephant, two curious souls who embark on an adventure around the vibrant landscape of Wichita, Kansas, where Langston Manxon sets out to accomplish multiple goals and is met with obstacles that he must overcome. Langston Manxon and Zonky discover valuable lessons of talking about finances in the home in order to gain knowledge. Langston Manxon, with a little bit of confidence, the guidance of supportive parents, the help of community members like Mr. Tiller, and his imaginary best friend Zonky, Langston Manxon learns about the value of money and how to save, the importance of making thoughtful spending decisions, the significance of thinking outside the box when met with challenges with money, and the joys of sharing with others. Through relatable experiences and engaging storytelling, young readers are introduced to the fundamental concepts of money, such as earning, saving, and spending responsibly. Langston Manxon set savings goals, teaching children the importance of planning for future needs and dreams. The book celebrates diversity and the different perspectives on money, shedding light on its role in different people's lives. The characters' interactions emphasize the joys of serving others, the gift of sharing, and making a positive impact in their community. The pages of Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure come to life with vibrant illustrations. The colorful and imaginative visuals not only captivate young readers, but also enhance their understanding of complex financial concepts. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is coming soon to bookstores and online realtors. It is a must-have addition to any child's library, fostering essential life skills while sparking the joy of reading. Empower the young minds in your life with the gift of financial literacy and imagination. Join Langston Manxon, Zonky, family, and friends on their extraordinary journey of running a drink stand to set them on the path of a brighter future. Your opinion means a great deal to me. I would be honored if you would consider exploring Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure and sharing your thoughts. Your feedback could play an invaluable role in shaping the future of this project. If you have any questions, comments, or would like to discuss the book further, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Your support in spreading the word about Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure would mean the world to me, and I deeply appreciate your consideration. I am a passionate advocate for financial literacy. Me, Chandler Hayes, and am excited to join the community of storytellers. With a background in finances, I am driven to inspire children to embark on their own adventures of learning and discovery through the power of literature. Langston Manxon's Kool-Aid Stand Adventure is a heartfelt endeavor to promote financial literacy in a fun and accessible way. As a Black author, I'm committed to providing children of all backgrounds with the tools for success, and I am proud to contribute to a more financially informed generation. Thank you for taking the time to explore this advertisement, and I look forward to the possibility of sharing this extraordinary literature adventure with you. Please feel free to contact me. You can reach me at the email c287gph@gmail.com. All right. Thank you. Warmest regards. Have a great day. God bless.